Welcome to the Den, the Dark Entertainment Network. I'm the Gothic Rose, and you can find me live on TikTok every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And be sure to catch up on Spotify, YouTube, and Amazon Music. There is also the Welcome to the Den podcast blog on WordPress. And if you have a terrifying tale you'd like to share, please email me at welcometothedenpodcast@gmail.com. But now let's get to the fresh hell of the day on the Daily Dive in 5. So there is so much to unpack here, including the fact that this is real, people. Donald Trump will be inaugurated on January 20th, but we are not seeing happiness within the MAGA camp. First, we've got these millions and millions spent by oligarchs for his inauguration fund, whatever that means. But despite his promises and all of this money that he's being given by billionaires who can help everyday average people with everything, Trump is now in the oligarch camp, and he is struggling very much to deliver on those key campaign pledges like lowering gas and grocery prices or ending the Ukraine war on day one. Now it is 100 days. Why? Because these things haven't been possible so far. I don't know why everyone believed only one man could fix it. He can't. But the other problem is MAGA supporters, including the biggest voice being Steve Bannon, are voicing their frustrations with Elon Musk because Elon Musk is also pushing back against many MAGA policies. So Steve Bannon vows, here we go, I'm going to run him out of here by Inauguration Day. Very interesting. The fighting, the infighting, let's say, still continues, but all in all Americans are going to suffer with everything. And of course, as the LA wildfires rage on, they were able to get some under control because the Santa Ana winds calmed down, but they're looking to pick up again. But Trump has posted so many controversial comments, including a photo of the Hollywood sign that said Trump was right. Trump was right about what? He wanted to take a giant faucet and funnel water from Canada into California, but where? And how are you going to build the faucet? We need all the materials, and you need to actually take years to have engineers to put it together. So what faucet? What was going to work? And he's asking what's wrong with these firefighters, like why they can't put this fire out. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever, but here we are. Here we are. I mean, not to mention Pete Hegseth and all of these other, people that he's putting in that are not worthy of their positions. Talk about DEI, right? They're set for their hearings this week, and I'm just kind of in shock, I think. I'm just kind of in shock. Now, did you know that all of these Republicans don't care about any of us because many California Republicans have fled to Mar-a-Lago during this crisis, leaving their constituents in the dust, literally. Meanwhile, LA Mayor Karen Bass is still facing backlash, and this is now from Khloé Kardashian for alleged budget cuts to the fire department. But Khloé Kardashian and the rest of the Kardashian-Jenner clan are some of the biggest overusers of water in that region to keep their lawns emerald sparkling green. But on the other hand, Kim Kardashian is actually raising awareness about the low pay for incarcerated firefighters, saying that some of them have been out there fighting the fires for 48 hours with no breaks. And she is being very vocal about raising their pay. So she is, you got to hand it to her when she speaks out about prison reform. She's very passionate about it. And, she's at least being a little more down to earth than her sister, who's just mad that her house burned down. By the way, James Woods' house did not burn down, the climate denier. I hope this humbles him a little bit. I really do, because it's just to the point where I'm so sick of all of this blame, and it's always the left's fault if something bad happens, but no one blamed Ron DeSantis for the hurricanes. It doesn't make any sense. Speaking of politics, Senator John Fetterman has met with Trump, showing a surprising willingness to collaborate, but many on the left are not happy. They see him as a sellout. I see him as a dude who needs to put on a suit. And of course, Mark Zuckerberg goes on to Joe Rogan and cries and whines and makes this bold statement that the Biden administration called Facebook and screamed and cursed at them to take down these posts about the COVID vaccination being bad and all of this misinformation. So Mark Zuckerberg, for 4 short years of his sad little life, had to stop and tell his employees that they had to fact check. He couldn't surf at that time. But now he doesn't have time to surf because he's flying back and forth on his private jet to Mar-a-Lago, trying his hardest to get TikTok banned. And Laura Loomer is calling out all of them. She's calling out Joe Rogan. She's calling out Zuckerberg. She's calling out everyone, saying that they have free will and they have a choice to censor conservatives. It's so funny because I got a comment of someone saying Laura Loomer being a Democrat without being a Democrat is so true, because far-right women are some of the biggest feminist influencers. They just don't see that they are. And they're very close to the left-wing feminists because of how outspoken they are. It's just that the message is a little bit different, but it's true. And she's out there and she's actually calling them all out. She's calling out Musk. She's calling out Zuckerberg. She's calling out all of them. And she knows what it's all about because she was in that world for a little while. She got kicked out. She's pissed. Speaking of that world with these oligarchs, Jeff Bezos, man, Amazon has struck a $40 million licensing deal for a documentary about Melania Trump. Now, a licensing deal means that they don't own any rights to her documentary. She owns all the rights, and they are giving her $40 million to promote it and to stream it through Amazon for however a long or short amount of time that she wants. It's crazy. And with that and everything that's going on, the Washington Post continues to see many more high-profile journalists exit amid everything, the financial struggles, amid the fact that their free speech and their journalistic integrity is just being messed with. And we're still waiting to hear about the TikTok ban. We were supposed to know more today. This is January 13th, but the Supreme Court is not giving a decision until January 15th. So many Americans are finding a new Chinese app called Red Note because TikTok, even though they say it's a Chinese app, is also banned in China. So there's now a lot of Chinese people practicing their English, speaking with other Americans who are setting up backup accounts on Red Note. I'm definitely going to check that out. But also, you can have a very similar experience now on YouTube to TikTok. They're making it much more user-friendly. You can stitch, you can duet, you can remix videos, you can make shorts, you can add music, you can add filters. So if you're looking for it, because I'm not so sure the TikTok ban will, go our way, will go the way of the First Amendment and freedom of speech. I think that they're going to stick with the hell of having us lose more again, as if women haven't lost enough body autonomy rights. Now let's just take away, because mainly women make a lot of money on TikTok, stay-at-home moms and all of that. And there we go. It is the fresh hell of the Daily Dive in 5. It's been a very crazy weekend, you guys. I will see you on the Celebrity in 3.